Happy Black History Month. Welcome to Girl What Podcast. And this is episode Blackity Black 365. I am the encouraging Esther Jade.
And this is Lo Main.
We have a special episode for you guys today to kick off Black History Month. We are using this episode for our Blerds. And we have guests Shante Crown and Tyrone Frye. And we're going to do a little introduction right after we hop into What's the Tea, Sis? So with a little bit of RVA Black Facts. So we're going to start off with the February celebrations. Black History Month is one of the celebrations. So every February, the U.S. and Canada hit pause to honor Black brilliance, the achievements, the culture, the impact that has shaped our world. But let's be real, it's not just about celebrating the past. It's also a reminder that the fight against systemic racism continues, and that building an equitable future requires all of us showing up. And I think we should know that more now than ever, seeing that our current history of fascism is rising. The Canadian History Month, this is not an officially designated distinct month-long celebration in February. Instead, Black History Month in Canada is a specific time to focus on the significant, often overlooked role of Black Canadians in shaping the nation's history and identity. So broader Canadian history is recognized year-round. And this is also Human Relations Month. This one's a little looser. It's not a nationally recognized month like Black History Month, but some communities and organizations use February to focus on human rights, equity, and connection. And think of it as a reminder that fostering good human relations is ongoing work, not just a February project. So on to our guests. Girl, today's guests are bringing brains, nostalgia, and full blerd energy to the mic. We are joined by Shante Crown. She is also known as Mama Crown, a mechanical engineer by training who now works in Bright Insights as a data analyst at Macy's with a systems-driven mind and a heart for community. Shante is the founder of Black Moms of RVA, a fast-growing collective of nearly 2,000 members built in under a year to support Black mothers through curated events and real tangible help. Her work goes beyond conversation, recently stepping in to help refurbish and move a family into a home completely free of charge. And for the Black nerds listening, Shante has been a dedicated anime fan since childhood with a love for seinen, gore, and slice of life series. She's proof that logic, creativity, fandom, and community leadership can all live in the same person. Our next guest is Tyrone Frye, who is a UX designer, professor, self-proclaimed blerd boy, and a man who clearly loves a good alliteration. He proudly sat at the Weird Kids table all through high school, where Yu-Gi-Oh cards were currency and Mario Kart on DS was serious business. Even during geometry class, I hate that class. While he's not dropping a full geekdom takeover just yet, but trust, 2026 has plans. And here's a fun fact you didn't know you needed. Tyrone measures his overall health by whether he can still do front and side splits. Flexible mind, flexible body. Period. So let's get into this blerd brilliance. So we're going to start off with the first interview question. Shante, while we know what a blerd is, let our listeners know what the terms mean.
So, for those that do not know, blerd is basically a Black nerd. And nerds can be all types, nerdom that's out there. I would say I'm more of like an anime nerd, but we have our comic book nerds, we have our gamers, And I feel like to be a blerd, you just bring a little bit more spice to it, I feel like we just cool. These are my people.
Yeah. And Tyrone, what would you describe a blerd is?
A blerd is someone who, the healthy definition that I prefer people have, the blerd is someone who just embraces their weirdness and they typically take up spaces that are not typically seen as Black spaces. So anime, manga, comics, video games, and you see that a lot with some of the bigger fighters for some of the bigger people who are fighters for fighting games like Tekken and whatnot. One of the biggest ones is named Sonic Fox, and they identify as Black.
Oh, nice. What's one misconception of the blerd community you'd like to set the record straight on?
I'm sorry, I was correcting Tyrone on something. What was the question?
Sorry, I can't help it. My mind, the ADHD. Anyway,
It's okay.
What was the question?
What's one misconception of the blerd community you'd like to set the record straight on?
Unlike our unwashed counterparts, I like to think that we do wear deodorant.
Not unwashed
Chill out.
counterpart.
And did you say that y'all wear deodorant?
Yes.
We do wear deodorant. Yeah. Oh my god, that was so wild. I would say I don't even know what to say after that.
Right? He leaving you speechless.
I
huh?
know, honestly. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
That one just came off the cuff. I didn't even.
Yeah.
No, I like
land.
it.
I was like, wow.
I like it.
I don't even know what to say. What? Can you say the question again?
Yeah. What's one misconception of the blerd community you'd like to set the record straight on?
That we can cosplay whatever we want to cosplay as.
That's right.
And when we do it, we look bomb each time.
That's right.
Like, I'm here for a
Period.
thick Velma. You know what I mean? I love me a cosplay with an afro puff. Like, that needs to be shut down.
Yeah.
Because first of all, they're Japanese for the most part.
And they're made-up characters,
white.
so-
Yeah, and they're made-up characters. They're fictional. So we can do it all, whatever we want, any size, gender, like,
And do it
all that.
spectacularly, too.
Every time.
Yeah.
I just remember that Tin did Lola Bunny at the cartoon rave last year
And I
with Afro Puffs. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that was cute.
I have pictures somewhere.
Too cute.
What's one piece of advice you'd give your younger self knowing where you are today?
You got it?
No, give me a second to think about that one.
I got one for that. Just lean into your weirdness.
Yeah.
Because I feel like back in the day, like, we definitely crawled so everybody else can run. Because everybody want to act like they love anime now. But back then, it was not cool to, like, one, be Black and like anime at the same time. So I feel like there was like a 1 year, I think my sophomore year, I just said, I'm not going to watch anime. I'm just going to watch MTV. That did not last that very long.
What?
I was like, that's stupid. These
Listen,
are my
Rosa
people.
Parks.
I know,
Don't
right?
do that.
Look, I was young. I was like 13, you know, and I went to an all-white high school, so I was trying to fit in, and that was my thing. Like, I straightened my hair, like, I tried to, all that stuff, tried to mask. I would definitely tell my younger self, like, just love what you love, lean into it, and you will find your people. And now all my friends are blerds.
I love that. I love that.
But then, Shante, kind of
Go ahead.
did know what you said really quickly. Like, honestly, what is the definition of weird, though? Because, I mean, everybody, especially now, is wanting to be themselves. And it's like, of course, you know, when you're younger, you have your groups of people. But now I feel like once you get older, it's like, okay, I'm going to chill with who I want to chill with. Like, yes, we're different, but that doesn't necessarily make me weird.
I'm cool with it. Like, I'm a whole Aquarius. We just titled as weird. So I think weird is just against the norm. My kids are weird. I love it. Like,
But weird makes the world go round. I think
really does.
weird people are some of the most nicest, humane people, to be honest. You know, there's a certain level of acceptance because of the whole thing of normal and what's abnormal.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's no such thing as normal. It's what has been propagated to us is normal, right? And that's what I love about blerds. And I mean, I'm a self-proclaimed blerd as well, but I just love that in that community, you don't pigeonhole yourself to anything. And like, I love the authenticity. I think that is important for, you know, the Black community to experience, you know?
love that.
You got an answer yet?
I do, actually. Probably not the answer you want to hear.
It's okay.
I have a firm belief that if you're happy with who you are in this current day and age, you shouldn't change anything about it. Because if you were to go back in time and say, hey, go do this instead, you probably wouldn't have the same life experiences that you have now that led you to the point you're at. So, like, I would say that if I could go back in time and be like, hey, this is what you need to do, I'd be like, hey, how about you actually stay in advanced courses and, like, don't dick around in school. But that would change who I became. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know what advice I would give my younger self.
Okay. Well, when did you realize you were a blerd? People try to look down on nerds, so was it hard to accept the fact that you are one?
Oh, right.
Don't be doing all that in the mic.
Sorry.
This is not ASMR.
No.
Right, this isn't the ASMR
no.
episode.
Thank you, Lauren.
When I realized I was a blerd, it was when I was younger, honestly. I think Toonami, when I was in middle school. No, the day that I think I realized I was a blerd, when I got upset and my mom whooped us because we didn't want to go to a baseball game with his man and those two kids he had, because I wanted to stay home and watch Naruto on Toonami. We were not ready. We got a whooping. Then we went to the baseball game. Didn't want to be there. Mom was like, you need to share your nachos. I don't want to share my nachos. I don't want to be here in the first place.
And that's how I feel about sharing my home with a man.
Sharing's caring.
We've never let her live that down. We bring it up ever so often.
Rightly so.
See, I'm the only child, so I'm all about like, will you share with me? Do you want to be my friend? So.
Well, I think that's a little different versus like someone forcing you to do stuff.
Forced to go to
That's why I always
right.
say, like, people always try to say only children are like stingy, and we're actually the opposite. It's y'all that grew up with siblings that got an issue with sharing.
Oh, I have no problem sharing with my
For the people in the
brother.
back.
It was I didn't want to be there at this baseball game.
What'd you say,
I
Lauren?
wanted to watch Naruto.
What'd you say, Lauren?
Oh, I was saying, telling Shante to say it again for the people in the back because I'm an only child as well.
Right, and we love sharing, don't we?
No,
Yes, exactly.
I
People
don't
all
love
the time will be
sharing.
like-
You know why? Because my
People
parents.
all the time tell me that they're like, "Oh, I would have never known that you were an only child." It's like, you're so giving and open and stuff like
Exactly.
that. Yeah.
We are. We're just so loving and just giving people. We love the community.
I was gonna say something, but I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Keep it to yourself.
Me growing up with a brother that was 15 months younger, I was forced to do things for him until, like, for instance, he didn't have to tie his shoelaces until he was 10.
That's doing too much.
And when he was in, I think it was like 6th grade and I was in 8th grade, my parents wanted me to do his homework assignment for him. And I was like, hell to the no. I'm not. Yeah. And so, rightly so, I'm very stingy.
It feels misogynistic. I don't know.
Oh, it is. It is very misogynistic. And, but, I won't say I don't.
Child labor in there.
Right? Am I gonna get paid? Right? But I'm so generous with the children in my life and the people that are closest to me. I just don't want to share my space.
Fair. I'm kind of the opposite. I think I like people in my space. Well, it depends.
I'm with
What I
Shante
like.
here. I like living with people. I don't want my roommates to leave. I don't want to live alone.
That's so true.
What? I wish I could go back to living alone. I could be risky business every damn day.
I do miss that. I do miss being able to walk around nude inside the house. But there's a trade-off of like having people to talk to when I'm bored.
See, I just like
Well,
Dexter in my space. Like I don't want him touching me though, because he like to touch me all the time. I am his wife, but it's like I just like you in my space. Just be there and play Yu-Gi-Oh while I do my work.
While I'm here,
Don't
right?
leave me.
look, I can't say I wait till the day my kids move out because it's hard out there. You know what I mean? Like my cousins who are what is Gen Alpha? Yeah, they're probably not going to be able to have a home, but like I want to put my kids' well-being.
I thought we were talking about being blurs.
Oh
This
my
got
God,
really
yes.
depressing.
You know what? You're right.
I remember the question. I was waiting till I was gonna
Okay,
bring
so
us back.
when did you realize you were a blerd?
It's funny because at first I was gonna like say I found. I think oh my God, I was like in elementary school and I found a book that was Cardcaptor Sakura. And it was just beautiful, like pictures of her, and it was like that was my first introduction to anime. And I was like, this is a little different. This ain't SpongeBob. Like they got bubbles in their eyes. Like this is some actual art right here. But the first time I actually realized I was a blerd was when I joined the Japanese club in high school. You know,
Nerd.
Look, this is when I realized I was a blerd because I was always a nerd. Is when I could not connect with them white folks because they was doing some weird furry. Well, I ain't saying all furries are weird, but they was doing some weird
that name
stuff back
furry.
I couldn't talk like this, like I couldn't do all that. So I was like, you know what? I got a little more culture and soul.
That's code doing too much.
Yeah.
I hate myself.
That's when I was a blerd.
Well, we're gonna hear more about this on back from our break where Tyrone can put me back on track. We'll see you back in a minute.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Girl What? This your girl Lo Main.
And this is Esther Jade.
And we are jumping right back into the episode called Blackity Black 365. And this this segment is called Love, Baby, and Grown Folks Business. So, we're going to be talking about growing up Black in Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or Merlin.
All right, it's time to get nerdy.
In the DMV.
Yes, it's time to get nerdy, unapologetic, and real. So we've got Shante and Tyrone, and all the questions are about being a Black nerd while navigating school, community, and fandoms. Like Yoda said, do or do not, there is no try. So Blerds, we're here to hear your stories from navigating fandom to navigating love, life, and grown folks business. Let's start at the beginning.
I have an out of context question just because it's burning in my head. Mm-hmm. Lo Main, do you prefer chicken, beef, or shrimp?
Ooh, I kind of think I know the answer. Did you hear him, Lo? Lo, you there?
Yes, I am here. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So the funny thing, I don't like Chinese food.
What? Okay, thank you. That's all I had to figure out. I'm silently judging you for the rest of the podcast.
Dang.
Did you say you're dodging me?
No, he said
silently judging you. You can't see me.
He's got the smize eyes like judgmental, yo.
But hold on, let's go back. But we have the same birthday, so that's everything.
Take the foot off the gas, Tyrone.
It feels like misappropriation and calling yourself Lo Main and you don't like Chinese food.
Well, that's
so. Look,
didn't.
Just a quick side note, and then I'll have to reel this back into the conversation. But one of my friends' dads, he could never remember my name, so he called me Lo Main all the time. So that's how he remembered me.
Why can't you remember Lauren?
Yes.
He
had dementia.
I guess he really loved Lo Main.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I respect that.
Now look at you, Tyrone.
I don't feel judged. I don't care. I was having the context helps, but it doesn't change how I feel.
So speaking of memories, what's one memory from your childhood that always makes you smile? Now you're sitting on the ladies' couch. It's a safe space here.
I don't know. Like I grew up alone as an only child.
Tell us your origin story.
It started with me alone, like staying up really late, watching anime, because I knew Cartoon Network was going to eventually go into Adult Swim. And my mother was already asleep, so I didn't have to worry about her.
We shouldn't have watched Adult Swim when we were younger.
We definitely shouldn't have watched Adult Swim. But here we are now, beautiful Blerds. And, probably just really getting invested into just anime, and Inuyasha was my go-to, and I would just go down that well with him, and we would just explore Edo, Japan.
Ooh, I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Me too.
Maybe we need to make a girls trip.
I would love that.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Just for
2027.
Just for the sake of it.
Leave the broke roommates at home, though.
Because they're not going to appreciate it, and they're just going to ruin the whole experience for me.
Let's do this. No.
They're just like, I don't want to eat that. That's nasty. See, I don't want to hear none of that.
Do your kids like Hello Kitty?
I do.
Do they? I do too.
My daughter does. She's very prissy. So
my daughter does too. Sanrio, cinnamon roll.
That's funny.
Is it?
Tyrone, what's your favorite? One of your memories from your childhood that always makes you smile, if you ever smiled as a child?
This is a two-parter. The first part is just because I got to ruin it because I live to ruin this.
Oh, God.
I know when Tin listens to this episode, I just want a reminder that Shishomaru did groom his wife.
Ooh. She did. He did.
He did.
She was a child.
Ooh. Talking about bursting childhood.
Yeah, and when she hears it, she's gonna like, Tyrone, I hate you so much. Anyway, moving on. I think a favorite childhood memory of mine is actually with me and my brother. See, I wasn't an only child, so I have good memories with my siblings.
Oh, dang.
Burn.
Right in the chest.
Burn.
Shots fired.
No. One of the good memories me and my brother had is like late nights. We'd when we lived at the townhouse, and who knows which townhouse I'm talking about. When we lived at the townhouse, and we'd go into the back room where the computer was, and we'd put all the blankets down and lay on the ground and watch, Nick Sports, their TV channel, where we were watching like Legends of the Hidden Temple or Toon Disney all night, or we'd have on what else? We'd have on Adult Swim at night and just sit there and we'd be watching until the wee hours of the morning. Our mom didn't care. It was the weekend. We could do whatever we want. We get some pizza or some Chinese. Our mom had ordered us, or our big thing was like we go to, she's going to Wendy's. That means it was a good night because that means 2 double cheeseburgers, a baked potato, and some fries and a Frosty.
That sounds like a happy memory to me.
This is me and my brother watching TV all night.
I love it.
Laid out on SpongeBob blankets.
What's your favorite nerdy obsession growing up? Whether it be comics, video,
Pokemon.
game. Pokemon. Do you play that Pokemon app game?
I actually do not play Pokemon Go.
Okay.
I used to.
I know full grown. Yes, full grown. I know
it?
full grown men that will play that.
That's my husband.
There's nothing wrong with it. I just never got into Pokemon. I was never in the location to enjoy Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that was how it was for me too. Because it was like I downloaded it, then it was like there's nothing to catch you on here.
Yep.
And it was like that every time I pulled it up. So I was like, screw this. Like, I'm done. Bye.
And then you become obsessed with like, and I've watched this in real time, like when you get dethroned from that location, and I've watched a whole grown adult have a meltdown over that.
Yeah, they care. Pokemon's real. Like, the Pokemon community is very competitive.
That just seems like a lot for something that's
Nerds are competitive.
But it's so cute, like seeing them all come together, like at the park, because there's like a really big.
I never got to see that.
So I have being at the park with like our daughter, and Dexter was playing it at the time, and there'll be like a big. I almost said monster.
It's a way of community.
It was a Pokemon that was like really strong, so you need a lot of people to fight it at once.
Oh.
So they'll all come together. They'll fight it and get their own little gyms and stuff. So
Did they actually talk to each other though after they did?
I don't know. They talked on Facebook, probably not in person.
It's a way of building community. There's nothing wrong with that. And I will say that as a person who loves Pokemon, the Pokemon community all communities can be toxic, but they're a very close-knit community.
I like that. What was your favorite nerdy obsession growing up?
Anime.
Anime.
I was always anime. I was never a comic book person. I loved Kingdom Hearts though. Okay. That was my video game. So I did like a little bit of video games. I did like some Halo, back in the day.
Okay.
But I was every anime I saw them all.
Is that RPG? Okay. Yeah, I was really into Nintendo and Sega, but mostly Atari because I love the Pac-Man. 1945.
Only child, had nobody to play with.
What?
I had all the little one-player games though.
You can play Pac-Man by yourself.
Yeah, I had a Game Boy Advance.
Millipede, or was it Centipede?
Okay, now let's change the subject.
Okay.
I'm going to listen to Simple and Clean when I get in the car now.
As you should. Sanctuary is a little better though.
I don't disagree with you.
Sanctuary is so good. I was such a freak.
I will say that the third song, the song from Kingdom Hearts 3 is also pretty. It also slaps.
I heard there was like some really good soundtracks on some
Kingdom
of
Hearts.
video games.
There is some
Kingdom Hearts is where it's at.
You can play.
You played it. You played it too. We got Big Pete in the studio engineering, and he shook his head yes to Kingdom
You play
Hearts.
Sanctuary.
Are you a blerd?
You are definitely a blerd.
You even nodding. I seen you too. You're like, you know exactly.
Lo, are you hearing
this? When I said you, we
got
shouldn't
a surprise blerd guest up in here. We might need to get you a mic, man.
When I said maybe we shouldn't have watched Toonami, he went. He shook his head back and forth. Yeah, I was like, I know, I can tell.
I can see it from
You can smell it.
I can tell.
I can see it on his face.
Yeah.
He's one of us.
So,
what's your favorite? What's your favorite anime?
Yeah, what's your favorite anime? Hold up.
One Piece.
So okay, I really have a question. How do you define what's anime and versus
What show? What show are you about to say?
Family Guy, all that type of stuff?
No.
But
No,
see,
no.
That's not. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I'm in the culture,
That's
but I
fair.
love good. But I did stay up when she brought up the Cartoon Network going into Adult Swim. That was my thing growing up, right? Just so I can't name a show because I've kind of grown out of it now.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
But my daughter is very into Hello Kitty. Her whole car is that.
Her whole car?
Oh, her whole
Period.
car.
Oh yeah, your daughter's deep.
Oh, my daughter has the whole Hello Kitty vibe.
You should just ask her what her favorite show is. Just find out what her favorite anime is and watch it with her.
I got you. She's definitely a
That.
How did race, gender, or culture influence the kind of nerd content you felt represented in the world?
Piccolo is black.
Piccolo is black. Okay. Can you explain?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, okay.
Dragon Ball
gotcha
Z.
now.
Piccolo is black.
Okay.
He's a good black stepfather for Gohan because Goku is not a great dad. But that's a lie. Dang. Now, okay, so I will say that's a lie. That's not necessarily true. Goku is a good father in his own way. He's always been there for his kids, but it does not look like traditional ways of, like raising kids.
I need the blerd community to weigh in on this on YouTube. Come on, tell us if you agree with Tyrone.
If there's a blerd who says Piccolo isn't black, they're not a blerd.
They're a hater.
They're lying to you.
They're a hater.
Yeah, there's something. They're just not a blerd.
Okay.
They're barely black, honestly. I said it.
That's that
Barely black. We take back your race card, your black card. Excuse me.
You don't think Piccolo is black? If a black person,
alliteration love.
What'd you say, Lauren?
I said I feel like he needs to add another B to that for his alliteration love, his love of alliteration. Barely black what?
Barely black blerd. Oh God.
barely black blerd. Sure, I guess.
I love it.
Either way, I don't know a single black person who watches anime who won't say Piccolo isn't black.
Shante, how did race, gender, or culture influence the kind of nerd content you felt represented in the world?
It's funny. I don't know. Like growing up, there really wasn't a lot of representation in anime, but for me, I always kind of grew up in like a white neighborhood. So watching anime, I knew it wasn't white. So for me, it was something different. And as I got older, I did get to see some black characters, and I loved that. I love finding I do understand that this is like a whole other country, so they're not probably going to cater towards us black folk, but it's good to see the evolution of the way they draw black people in anime, because it was a little racist back in the day. Like they was doing a little bit too much with the red lips and
a minstrel
Popo from Dragon Ball Z.
very minstrel blackface.
But now you have like black producers and directors like moving to Japan to create their own animes. Do you know the one anime that recently came out that was like a whole black cast?
No, but unless you're talking about Gachiakata, which isn't a full black cast, it's a mixture, but it's such a black anime.
I heard about that one. It was really good. Yeah. But I want to talk a little bit about what you said about Piccolo. Knuckles.
Knuckles is also black.
Also black.
Yeah, I got really into anime with X, and he introduced me to Samurai Champloo.
Yes.
And I really liked it. It was like, even though there was a lot of gore, I mean, I grew up with that, so it wasn't really a big deal, but I liked the storyline, and I was really disappointed because I felt like I kind of got, it left you hanging,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Samurai Champloo, the soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
Nujabes
was very based on.
Have you heard of the soundtrack? Just look up Samurai Champloo. I'll send it to you. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sorry.
Nujabes was very inspired by black music, and so it's very black music is all over the blueprint of the music and score for Samurai Champloo. Sorry,
Okay. No, you're fine.
there. Yeah.
So our last question for the segment is, who is your nerd crush?
You already know. Go ahead.
Well, I am problematic.
Ooh.
Very much so.
Well,
I'm
thank you for your honesty, Tyrone.
Yeah. Personally, I love a woman who knows what she wants. Even if it's vaguely imperialistic and she would take out an entire country to do so. The particular character in this case for me is Kuvira from Avatar Legends of Korra. God, she's gorgeous.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I felt that one.
I mean,
Shante.
Right.
it's hard to say, honestly, because I'm a grown woman now. So it's like,
You can still
I'm
have
not really,
crushes.
no, you definitely
Kuvir
can.
is an adult,
Like,
I will say.
Like I don't crush on the cartoons as hard as I used to. But back in the day, like I said, Inuyasha was my man's, and kind of Ichigo from Bleach. Like I'm taking y'all back. Like the opening for like the first season? There was a scene where like his butt would flash by, like not his butt, like his pants were on, but it was just like it would literally. I would fangirl. It was bad, but I'm. Not blerd wise, but I was really into K-pop too back then. Like back in the day though, like y'all don't know nothing about Big Bang. This is when it started. Like again, I said I crawled so y'all can walk.
That's right.
Okay, so
the
y'all
Rosa
can
Parks
run.
of Blerd.
Exactly, we sure was. And ooh, I love me some G-Dragon.
Well, we're going to learn more about how Virginia Blerds unite when we come back. Welcome back to Girl What? We are jumping into the group chat Got Deep. I'm Esther Jade.
And this is Lo May.
And we are going to delve into a topic called Virginia Blerds Unite with our Blerd panel. So it's time to get comfy and keep it 100 in the group chat Got Deep. We're linking up with Virginia's Blerds to get candid from the moment you realize you are a nerd and black to surviving spaces that are still mostly white. We're spilling on meetup ideas, sexism in fandoms, microaggressions, and all the ways white delusion sneaks into nerd life, and how our blerd community is flipping the script. All right, let's hear from our guests. It's your turn to school us.
All right, guys. So, Tyrone and Shante, if there was an official meetup theme for the blerd community, what would you choose? Would it be a cosplay cookout, an anime kickback, or a Wakanda-style family reunion?
I'm definitely voting for a cosplay cookout because that would be so dope. Everybody in their cosplays, their fine outfits, and I just love seeing us just being all melanated and dressed up. And I know, the cookhouse was always gonna be fun. Tyrone gonna be on the grill because that's where he belong and he loves it there.
I don't know how I feel about saying I love it there, but
that.
saying I belong there. What do you say? What are you, my oppressor?
No, first of all, don't tell them how many grills you got. First of all,
Yeah.
and how
I
many
have 3
utensils you got.
right
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah, she's
Trying to act like
she was-
No, one needs to be
On
thrown.
top
One
of
needs.
it.
One is probably on his last legs, and the other one is technically Shante and Dexter's. They just need to come get it.
but she's not wrong though.
She's not
I'm
wrong.
about to say, if you got
Exactly.
3
She's
at
not
that
wrong.
house,
He the whole
you know,
grill
Exactly,
master.
though.
He smokes like a whole roast for 14
You
hours.
smoke
He
meat?
smoke. And he's smoking so good, girl. He make a good roast. He made me duck.
Tyrone, I might make an exception for you. I like a man that can
He makes some good duck.
handle
too.
a smoker.
He sure can.
I don't know what to say to that.
He can.
Cooking is
This boy can cook.
personally,
Lauren,
I
shut him
say
down.
often, cooking is how I make my friends. I feed them and they never go away.
Well, that's a great way to keep friends around.
That's why
that means
Shante and Dexter stay around.
yeah, but that means you love them, right?
Yeah.
The only
There's
Right.
love in that. That's good.
Yeah,
Oh, you're such a great friend.
I personally,
He okay.
I am okay. I'm not great. I could be better.
I say he can cook good. That's what I said.
I could be better. I don't assume. Here's the thing. I don't assume I'm good at anything personally. I'm assume I am.
For that cooking.
Well, actually, no. Correct. I don't joke about the cooking and
He
grilling. That's the one thing. If there's one thing I'd be egotistical about, it's cooking and grilling.
Okay.
He wear black gloves and everything.
I love it.
Oh, those the real deal ones. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he know what he doing.
So what would your meetup theme be, Tyrone?
Cosplay cookout.
Okay.
But I also want to shout out, like, there's events and groups in Richmond and the larger Virginia area that also do stuff. I think there's a DMV anime group, a DMV Black anime group. I think there's a Central Virginia Black anime group. And in March, I think, is Blerd Con in Arlington, Virginia. The theme is Geeknik, like Freaknik.
Yes.
Details will be in the YouTube description.
I'm surprised you didn't say like a game night though, because you're literally the game lord.
Okay, so here's the thing. I love board games.
Tyrone. Okay.
I love board games. However,
He loves the game flow.
When I say I love board games, I have to be very particular about what kind of board games I'm talking to and the group I'm talking to, because saying I love board games and then pulling out Food Chain Magnet, for the people who know what Food Chain Magnet, they'll understand this. Saying I love board games and pulling out Food Chain Magnet, people who don't know what Food Chain Magnet is a crazy thing. Whereas if I pull out Catan, most people know Catan. I personally don't play Catan because I play heavier board games, but saying game night to me is a big difference. Because game night to me could be like Twilight Imperium, which is 12 hours long of gameplay. Or I have my Tuesday nights, actually, I have a game group I go to. We played heavy games too. And it's just like, so I can't do a board game night. I'd rather play board games with people who know board games.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, I think it was him playing Dungeons and Dragons with us that made him find his new friends to play games with.
He said, "You're not it."
No, actually, I can tell you exactly how it happened.
Oh Lord, story time.
Was it? Don't you look at me.
No, honestly, there's a board game that I love called Arc Nova. It's about running a zoo, and it is
sounds like being the president of the United States. Go ahead.
It's about running a zoo, and you have to measure a bunch of your resources and getting animals and building locations for these things. And you just can't introduce people to Arc Nova. And so I showed people like, oh, hey, I want to play board game. And I showed Arc Nova to our group chat. I forget what happened. Dexter said something or someone else said something. And I was like, oh. And then so I was like, so my friend who also loves board games, who is the husband of my best friend, he also plays board games. He gave me a good solid piece of advice. And I do stand by this advice as a board gamer now. Go play board games with people that know board games.
Okay. That's fair enough.
That just sounds
don't try and force your friends to play board games, because if you don't do it well or you don't give them a good enough board game, they're not going to enjoy it. And then you'll ruin them from the hobby entirely.
You just cheat in Dungeons and Dragons, but
I didn't cheat in Dungeons and Dragons. To be fair,
I rolled a 20, and I deserve to have gotten what I asked for.
Clearly, Shante is still sore about this.
You should have gotten what you asked for. I just wasn't being super creative at the time.
See, no, who thought that sounded like? We was trying, okay?
They did try something cool, and looking back on it, they did try something cool. I was like,
Definitely. I can't wait for Dexter hears this.
I was like, actually, sure, you can do that. I just ran a campaign.
Stifling our creativity.
Yeah, I was. I'll take it. I just ran a campaign this past
I'll take it.
I just ran a campaign this last fall in the system called God, what is that system called? City of Mist. And it's basically, the idea is that there's this mystical city, and it's a city of whatever, you look at it, it's like, oh, okay, this is a city. It could be from different time zones. However you want to shape your city, it's your city. But everybody is either awake or asleep. And if they're awake, that means that they have some form of a story within them. It could be any form of story. It could be Mickey Mouse. It could be Spider-Man. It could be Jesus if you wanted it to. It could be Santa Claus. Everyone has, and people are measuring their real lives. Like, okay, so in this particular instance, Santa Claus, the person he actually is a plumber, but he has part of the mythos of Santa Claus, and however you want to use Santa Claus's powers, let you do those things. And so I did that campaign this past fall, and what ended up happening, the big bad at the end, was the myth of Fafnir from Norse mythology, who's a dragon. I know. Yeah, I am a nerd. From Norse mythology, and the whole theme around that campaign was greed, and so it was leaning a lot into greed, and it was really fascinating. And I let my players do stuff, and at the end of it, it is really funny for me. I let my players make a choice between either fighting the big bad or taking the money and running. 2 of them took the money and ran, and 2 of them fought, and it was just like, wow. And now I gave everyone a Pyrrhic victory, and so I still think I won at the end.
Well, I want to kind of go back to the whole stifling creativity. What does it mean to be in a blerd in spaces that are still overwhelmingly white? How do you navigate being the only pepper spot in the crew? Or do you just make your own space?
Do it.
You just do it?
You just do it.
Power through it?
Yeah. So there's a influencer named Black Purist, and he makes some funny videos. And he had a video recently about his face was overlaid over a video of white people doing fake lightsaber battles. And he was like, we need to go infiltrate. Go infiltrate. Go take up space. Go take up space.
That part.
Space.
So and so, like in the heavy board game groups in Richmond, generally, especially because they meet on like Saturdays and Sundays, I've stopped going, just because life. But generally, it was me and a bunch of old white men. And I was just there. I'm like, I'm playing this board game because I want to play every board game.
He is a hardcore
No, he really is.
board gamer. I love it though.
He's got all the games too, though. He's always trying to put us like get us drunk. First, he'll feed us like real good food. So now we got to stay there, and we like we can't leave just yet. Then he gets us drunk, and then he'll put on some emotional like.
I've stopped that because I don't want to. I don't care that much about people's inner emotions anymore.
You trying to act like you ain't messy.
Wow.
I'd rather people just tell me. I sneak it out of them now. I don't need games to do that. I'm like, oh, that's really sad.
He would just stand back.
I ply them with alcohol.
The game. Like exactly.
What about you? What does it mean to be black? Blerd in those spaces where they're overwhelmingly white. It sounds like you had a lot of that in your childhood.
I definitely did back in the day. Like I said, I did try to, conform to the standard norm, and that didn't work out too well. I was still very much me.
And we're glad for it because you're here.
I am
beautifully as you are.
And I just kind of found my people, I never was the type that had like a bunch of friends at once. I had like one or two friends, and they were the homies. And I just found my people. I did love leaving because I lived in Virginia Beach for like my prepubescent years, and I loved Richmond because it was very diverse from me. Like I went transferred to VCU. So I love seeing all types of
Rams.
Go Rams.
Go Rams.
Yep. That's where we met in grad school.
Yep.
Yeah, we did. That's the homie. But yeah, I just say find your people and just evolve from there.
I love it.
Shante and Dexter actually had a really big hand in domesticating me. I mean that legitimately.
You still seem a little feral to me. So
No, I was way worse. Oh, I was way worse.
He was way worse.
I was way worse.
We went to Italy together for grad school.
I was way worse.
We literally got drunk every single night, and
The wine flowed
Oh,
so
my.
heavily.
he's a bad boy.
I was gonna say, but like Italy is a place for that though.
Yeah, because you got to pay for water.
the
So I'm gonna pay for
pasta,
water.
the wine, the pizza,
The wine.
the wine.
We got a glass bottle, and we could go to Italy right across the street from where we were for the
grocery store.
Yeah, for
by
the
the
grocery
way.
store. It was right across the street. We'd go across that street, fill that wine bottle up.
There
was never a point of not having wine.
Yeah.
You could always have
Yeah,
wine. And it was for €5.
They have wine country, right? Tuscany.
Yeah, for
Un
€5
litre de vino.
€5, we could fill up a bottle of wine, and it was
That
great.
sounds like my type of party.
It's cheaper than
right?
water. It's cheaper.
Right.
It's like the cheapest beverage you can get.
Mm-hmm.
We
No
went to-
hangovers either.
We went to the beach one time,
Yep.
and she just had the whole bottle fisting the
Oh, I
bottle.
love
at the
that.
beach. It was crazy.
Good time.
You also fought outside with plastic swords.
Now you can't say nothing if he was drinking every night and you were on the beach with a bottle.
Sure was.
Oh, everyone was drinking.
too.
Oh, everyone was
with him.
drinking.
Yeah, I was drinking.
No. You know how many late nights? You know how many
On
late
the
nights?
balcony.
We wandered the streets at 3 a.m., which is something we can't really do in Richmond
No, we
in the
can't.
U.S. But we wandered the streets at 3 a.m. We went to go get some
Kebabs.
Kebabs.
It was kebab o'clock.
It was like, you want to get some kebabs? And we wandered the streets at 3 a.m. It was great.
Just saying, these was years ago. He is a lot more tamer now.
I am a lot more tamer now.
We love all versions of Tyrone.
Well, I want to kind of ask a serious question. Black women especially get policed for everything. Our cosplay, our bodies, our voice. How does that impact your experience as a blerd, and what needs to change?
What needs to change? I mean, just keep being you, boo. Like, I don't listen to the hate. I'm a very positive person, so I don't even see negativity because it's not around me, is my take on it. Like, I'm very much blocked, blue block. Like, as soon as I see that, I surround myself with, positive people. Literally, I'm not trying to say white folks is bad.
A supportive
but, like,
community, yeah.
Yeah, all my friends is black. So it's like, I just see
Those are your
black
people.
issues.
And they just happen to be black
Exactly.
and awesome.
Yeah, exactly. The other ones will weed themselves out, but I say just keep being you, like don't let anybody try to bring you down. Love what you love, and you will find the people that are meant to be in your life.
Okay.
Yes.
And what examples have you seen, and how do Virginia, Blerds build safer, more liberated spaces for ourselves? I think you kind of touched on it by finding your people and people who can support you in your community. Provide you, I won't say shelter, but like when you have, like you said, positivity, it blocks out the rest of that. And it kind of builds a layer of protection for you, is from what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, negativity is going to be a part of the world. Like, you're always going to have some type of hater over something. And I can't have that influence me. That's not going to influence my mind. And I just hope everybody feels that way. I know it can get pretty dark, but just, I don't know, like don't let that bother you, especially on the internet. That is not real. These are words on a paper.
The Twitter thugs and the Facebook fiends.
Like what's real is what's in front of you.
And Tyrone, how do you feel like, from your perspective of being a blatant blerd boy, have you seen examples, and how do you build a safer environment or more liberated spaces for blerds?
So this is a bit of a two-part answer. Not really. It's just one. The last question I didn't want to answer because I didn't feel like the space for me to answer. But for that one, but this does answer that one and also the second one. The thing I do is that if I see weird behavior, and not like fun weird, I mean like you're just being weird, some weird behavior, I'd be like, hey, why'd you say that? That was weird. Yeah, can you explain that to me like I'm 5?
Right.
Love that.
Because I need you to explain it to me. Because it didn't make sense that you said that.
Yeah. Put him on the spot.
Oh, definitely.
Because I don't want to see it, because I don't want to be around it. Yeah. Oh, it's weird that you said that. That's it. Well, and also I'm problematic sometimes because one time a white man said to me, "Everyone's black on Juneteenth," and I proceeded to make sure to ruin his relationship with another person.
This is true. He did. He went out his way, and that man is single.
Well, we're being signaled that we got to wrap it up, so it's time for Dassit. Lo, can you give us the lowdown for the Dassit segment?
Indeed. Well, first and foremost, Shante and Tyrone, thank you again so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your time here today.
Oh, I was about to say just to quickly do a wrap up. We did the RBA Black Fest. Esther gave us, important February celebrations. And then we spoke with our blerd panel about a couple of things that was going on in our What's the Tea segment. Asked them a few questions about, their blerd history and got to know them a little bit. And then we had the next segment, Growing Up Black in Virginia, where, again, we talked to the blerd panel, asked them a couple of questions, just, going a little bit deeper, asking them things about, just going down memory lane, asking them to share some stories with us. And then the last segment that we just wrapped up, what we did in the group chat got deep. We just had the Blerds Unite. So we talked about, if there was an official meetup theme, the Blerds came to the conclusion they wanted to be a cosplay cookout. And then we just kind of dove into, what does it mean to be in these spaces, that are typically consumed by, what did Tyrone say earlier, unseasoned or I forgot
the
what the word
masses.
Directly. The unwashed, masses. Yes, the unwashed masses.
That. Put it on a t-shirt.
So definitely, that's what we talked about today. And then just again, as a reminder, this was our blerd episode. And if you are just tuning in, make sure you're joining us on Monday on YouTube. But the Blerds are the Black Nerds. Thank you all again for joining us, and we will see y'all next week.
Yes.
Stay connected to Girl What Podcast by following us online. You can follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Girl What Podcast. That's GURLWHETPODCAST. We'd love to keep in touch with you. Come on, keep talking with us. That's what we do, right? Mm-hmm. So we have our, reflections. If you have any questions, comments, or you yourself want to reflect on anything you've heard us talk about, please don't be afraid to hit us up. Again, you can hit us up in our DMs on Instagram, or if you want to comment under one of our YouTube posts, you're more than welcome to do so. Again, both of those handles are Girl What Podcast, GURLWHETPODCAST.
And you also have the option to leave us a voice memo in our DMs or leave us a voice message at 804-476-0905. Again, that number is 804-476-0905. And with your permission, we may feature it in a future episode. Your voice helps us shape meaningful dialogue on Girl What. So remember to stay in community. Remember to stay bold. And girl, keep talking.